So you're tired of feeling pain. Now, I'm not talking about the physical pain. I'm talking about the emotional pain. You're tired of feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, sad, angry, shame, resentment, or the pain for you could be you do these cycles of behaviour. You know fully well that you're doing it, but you continue to do it. It could be, look, one that I hear a lot is coming home from work, had a big day, I have a drink. Then I have another drink. Then I have another drink. And before you know it, you're having quite a few drinks, which means you get to bed quite late, which means you can't get up and go to the gym in the morning. So this whole spiral down, and then you start beating yourself up, and you start getting annoyed with yourself, and this whole downward spiral begins to happen. This is what I'm talking about. How do you heal your pain? And I'm a big believer that you know yourself better than anybody. You can work with all the most incredible coaches, counsellors, psychologists in the world. But the key is you've got to learn how to heal yourself. You've got to become intimate with yourself. You would have heard, that word intimacy, into me, see. You do know yourself better than anybody. And if you want to begin to heal and you want to begin changing these patterns, the most crucial key is awareness. And that's what I want to talk to you about now. So awareness, I believe, has 3 core principles. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. The first one with awareness is having self-compassion. Sounds friggin' easy, doesn't it? But it's not. Self-compassion, you may be great with somebody else, or your children, or your partner, or your dog, your cat. But to have self-compassion for yourself can be so much harder. Why do you think that is? Is it because you didn't receive compassion and kindness growing up? Is it because you haven't learned how to be there for yourself when you get triggered? Look, self-compassion, if you Google it and do a bit of research on it, it is one of the most difficult elements as a human being to have self-compassion for yourself. We've got a negative bias. Our mind likes to chat along and give ourselves a really difficult time. And I know for me personally, I have found self-compassion really, really difficult. And still to this day, I can give myself a hard time. But I must say, the critical voice, the inner dialogue, the inner voice that I used to beat up on me with, is so much less, and that is due to awareness. It's recognizing that we have a negative bias, but a lot of it comes back down to self-care, and that's the second arm of awareness. So we have self-compassion, but self-care. I work a lot with women, and to get them to even cut out 10 minutes for themselves in a typical day is really, really difficult, because self-care is way down the pecking order. If you're on a plane and, they're up the front giving you all the instructions, do you recall that they ask you to put your oxygen mask on you first instead of your child? It's very, very similar with self-care. I'm not saying reject your child, but you can't give from an empty cup. Look, and I bark on about this all of the time, because self-care is massive in really... Self-care is a huge component of healing your pain, as is self-compassion. And self-compassion, I want to go back to self-compassion for a moment, because I wasn't quite finished off with that. What does self-compassion look like? Self-compassion is, what's an example of self-compassion? Could be you muck up at work, you you send the wrong email, or you write the wrong letter, or you make a bit of a mistake in a meeting. You're getting the idea. So it could be in your work environment, in your career environment, or it could be at home. It could be, you had this list to do, and you were going to clean the house, hang out the washing, wash the car, cook the meal. You had a long list. You got to the end of the day, and what did I achieve? All of these are, yes, they're little examples, but if you can do the little stuff, then you're going to be much more kinder to yourself when the bigger stuff comes in. Self-compassion is being able to acknowledge that I did my best. And if anything has happened, okay, well, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently? I've been working with couples and individuals for 17 years, and the biggest thing I see is people beating up on themselves, giving themselves a hard time, and really being harsh and not creating any space or downtime for yourself to fill your own cup up. If any of this is relating to you, and you feel pain, like you feel that resentment, or you feel that anger, or you do the same patterns, that's pain. And is it strengthening you, or is it weakening you? Now, these are all things I'm constantly checking in with myself. How am I feeling right in this moment? Are the thoughts that I'm having, are they strengthening me, or are they weakening me? So all of this comes into self-care. It really does. It's moment by moment, be able to be in the moment, right here, right now. The last part of awareness, so we have self-compassion, we have self-care, and mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is very much about being able to be in the moment. When I'm working with someone, excuse me, I'm a bit like prodding and poking, because I truly believe people know themselves better than they think. And my job as a coach and also as a counsellor is to ask really quality questions. So that gets you thinking and exploring inwardly. A coach that tells the client what to do or judges them is not a great coach. It's very much about the client unraveling and finding their own way. But coming back to mindfulness. So mindfulness. So imagine when you go to the beach, or you're doing something that you really enjoy. You could be painting, woodworking, doing up your car. You could be knitting. You could be in the bush. But it's something where you're very, very present. And when you're present, you're very much here, meaning you're in the body, you're nowhere else. Your mind isn't anywhere else. Your mind isn't back at home thinking what's for dinner. You are in the moment. And mindfulness is a practice. It's something that you have to practice. And it's being able to, in any moment. So if I run through this with you now, so what can I smell? I've got my little oil burner on, so that's my sense of smell. What can I hear? I can hear my little heater going. I've got air conditioning going, it gets a bit cool in here. I can hear my heater. I can hear the aircon. I can hear voices, I think, out in the foyer. That's what I can hear. And then the sense of touch. So I can feel the back of the chair, gets my back. I can feel my feet flat on the ground below, and I can also feel my feet in my shoes. I can feel my dress on my legs. So you're getting the idea, it's the sense of touch. And then if I go inside, what am I feeling? So it's being able to drop into the body. I can feel my shoulders. I've just been over my computer for a little bit of it in extended time, so I can feel my shoulders are a little bit tight. My gut feels good. So checking in with my body. Is there any emotion here? I'm not feeling any sort of charge at this moment. So that's what I can feel. And then what can I see? Well, at the moment I'm looking at my webcam, so that's what I can see. But on the outside I can see my little plants, I can see the computer. So you're getting the idea. This is mindfulness. And of course this is just very surface, but it's being able to, moment by moment, be here in the present moment. Me, here, now. And that's my practice. Full stop. So when we have pain, we're often searching. We want to heal, but we're often not sure how. So it is crucial to bring in awareness at any given moment. It's practicing self-compassion, self-care, and mindfulness. So a question I want to leave you with: what is one self-compassionate act that you can do right now? Right now. Could be you go and make yourself a cup of tea. Could be that you go outside, you sit on the back step, and you just breathe. And if you're not sure what self-compassion is, Google it. And I'm sure that you will have parts in your life where you are compassionate. And it could be with your animals. It could be with someone close to you. So why are you not able to do that with yourself? Are you judging your pain? Are you beating yourself up? Do you have expectations on you that you shouldn't have pain? So sit in the questions. And really it is about asking yourself quality questions. But I'm going to love you and leave you. And enjoy going out and deciding what self-compassionate act you are going to do for yourself. And put it in the down below. Love to hear in the comments. That was the word I was trying to say, in the comments. Love to hear what you've done for you to connect in with that self-compassion. See ya.